Hey, so I've had this idea kind of floating around, kind of just percolating since an old business partner of mine. I listened to his podcast actually, and this is a concept that we have similar feelings on. I'm going to share this in the Profit Control and Freedom group. It's called Profit Control and Freedom because that's what we like as business owners. We like profit, control, and freedom. Um, so there's this thing like content is king, right? Everybody should make content. And here's the thing with content. It's like Facebook ads. There's some people that are very, very good at it. They have a lot of experience. They have a propensity for numbers. They understand direct response, and they're good at it. So what happens is all of a sudden Facebook ads become the thing, and that's happening with content again. And there's a few reasons why I am making content right now, telling you not to make content. It is just ringing an irony. But here's why not everybody should create content. Okay. One, if it's an uphill battle and there's lower hanging fruit, like take the lower hanging fruit, obviously. But here's the thing there's two big reasons why clients come in. And a lot of times I say content is not your focus. Don't try to do what I do. A few reasons why. The first one being, I don't necessarily generate content for business. This is how I learn, right? As I'm explaining this to you, I'm getting feedback and people say, hey, what are you talking about? And it helps me learn. So this is one reason why I do it. Another reason why I can justify content as marketing is I have a lower number of clients, relatively speaking, that pay very, very high dollar. Okay, so I don't necessarily need mass distribution. I only need one of the right person to see my content interact. And the other is I love tedium. Let me give you an example of what I do all morning, right? And what that means is that I kind of have an understanding and some experience about what I'm talking about. I'm always working through it. I'm super consistent about it. And those three things make content a viable thing for me, right? However, if you have a lower ticket or maybe a brick and mortar and you don't have high value, content is not going to be useful to you without mass distribution. Okay, without mass distribution, I mean massive distribution. And the truth is, most people, especially coming into the high ticket space, especially new coaches, they're not, excuse my language here, they're just not fucking good enough to do content. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have that fingertip feel. They haven't internalized the things, codified them, and made them explicit enough to talk about them or write about them, right? So 99% of people that come in that I disqualify from the network should not be focusing on content. They should be focusing on doing the thing that is going to give them the skills so that in 10 years, they can turn around and make valuable content that is easy to consume and actionable, right? So not everybody should be doing content. Um, my old business partner friend that I was talking about teaches gym owners, right? And gym owners shouldn't be doing content because the return on time isn't there. They don't have mass distribution. They're lower ticket, higher volume. That's how they make their money. And so the time is better spent elsewhere, right? And so just understand that while the world might be saying content is king, I think of Frank Kern or Gary Vaynerchuk or people that do really good content, make a lot of money. They have been doing in the trenches, fingertip feel, the thing that they are talking about. They have wrestled with these ideas. They have tried and failed. It is not just life theory, right? It's cold, hard reality. And because they've developed that cold, hard reality, they can turn around and make extremely useful, valuable, actionable content. Okay. So most people should be focused on doing the freaking thing that they're trying to turn around and make content on, right? You can make content as a learning mechanism, that's fine, but the ROI on your time is not going to be great if you don't truly understand your avatar. You don't truly understand what you're doing, and you can't answer the next question. Okay, great content comes from people that don't just do a presentation, because when you create great content, or you create massive amounts of content and you say, this is how I feel about this, there's a next question. And if you can't answer that next question, right? If you're not prepared for somebody saying, well, what if, well, what happens when, well, actually, right? If you're not prepared to have that conversation, you're not going to be a great content creator. You're going to be super surface level. And surface level stuff, there's so much of that. Like, that's noise. People aren't looking for more noise. They're looking for signal. They're looking for like a little bit of music, a fine tune that gives them hope, right? That things can be different. So that's how I feel. Not everybody should be making content all the time. If you're doing it as a positive ROI activity, you can make content if you like making content. I don't really care. But if you're saying, hey, this content is going to build authority and celebrity and I'm going to make sales, just rethink that, because you can't have authority and celebrity and good content if you're not spending a majority of your time honing the craft, doing the thing that you're going to turn around and create content about, right? So think about that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if that resonates. Let me know if that makes sense. A lot of people come in, I say, no, don't focus on content. When I get them to stop trying to copy what I do, or stop trying to copy Frank Kern, or stop trying to fit their squareness into a round hole, and say, focus on this instead. That's called our best process call. That's what we do on our best process call for my mastermind members, is we lay out all the activities they've done. How much do they enjoy it? How good are they at it? How replicable is it? How profitable is it? We lay it all out, we grade it all, and we realize that not everybody should be doing the same thing, right? So if you're going to make content, do it as a learning mechanism, or make sure that you have like 5, 10, 15 years and you are actively honing the craft. Because if you are just creating content to create content, you're not helping anybody. You're not transforming people. You're not solving a problem. And that content, unless it's freaking puppies, right? People love puppies and cats. Unless it's puppies and cats, it's not going to go anywhere. The return on your time is nil. So think about that. If you're like, hey, I'm going to do this content, like sit down, and this is what we do again in the network, and determine, is there really any return on doing this content? Have I really done this enough to have this conversation? And if not, focus on doing that thing more. Cool.